Hi, welcome back. So yesterday we stopped abruptly because of some video issues. So we begin from where we stopped yesterday. So yesterday we talked about different types of species. First we said normal species, that is found normal, quite number of species are insufficient are there. Then second one we said about endangered species that are in danger. The number is becoming lesser and lesser. So if you don't take care of them nicely, then soon what is there also will be destroyed, will be disappearing, and we will be missing those precious species. So we need to take care of that species as well. So we said some of the examples of these endangered species as black buck, then crocodile, Indian wild axe, Indian rhino, lion-tailed macaque, and so on. And sangai. Sangai is a deer that is found in Manipur. So all these are in the list of endangered. If you do not take extra care for them to protect them, then they also will soon die away. Then another type is called vulnerable species. Vulnerable species. So that is the third type, vulnerable species. And these are species whose population has declined to levels from where it is likely to move into the endangered category. So these are species whose population has declined to levels from where it is likely to move into endangered category in the near future if the negative factors continue to operate. So at present they are not endangered. It is, number is not very high and not very low. It is somewhat in the middle, in the medium. So if you do not take care of them, then soon their number will go down, become less and less, and they will be endangered in this group. Endangered species group it will go. At present they are quite not very high and not very low, just medium we can say. And if you don't take care of them, number will still go down, and they will enter into the second group, endangered species group. And some of the examples are blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, and Gangetic dolphin, and so on. So these are some of the animals that can be listed under vulnerable species. So at present there are quite many of them are there, but if you do not take care of them nicely, then slowly they will disappear, and afterwards they will enter into this endangered group. Then another group is called rare species. Rare species. What is rare species? Species with a small population may move into the endangered or vulnerable category if the negative factors affecting them continue to operate. So these rare species are also not many in number. There are very few species are there, and they are not increasing or multiplying very fast. And if you do not take care of them, this also will enter into this group first, then it will enter into another group, and slowly they will disappear. So they are found very rare, not in plenty. They are found only here and there, few. And so we have to take extra care of them so that they will continue to grow, continue to increase. Otherwise their number will go down and down. And some of the examples are Himalayan brown bear, the brown bear that are found in Himalaya. Then wild Asiatic buffalo, then desert fox, and hornbill, and so on. You know hornbill, Arunachal's bird, it is hardly found. It's very rare because of people killing it and hunting and using it for other purpose and so on. So we did not take care of it, and therefore it has been destroyed and the number has become very less now. Then another type of species called endemic species. Endemic species. So these are species which are only found in some particular areas, usually isolated by natural or geographical barriers. Examples of such species are the Andaman teal, Nicobar pigeon, Andaman wild pig, Mithun in Arunachal Pradesh, and so on. So these endemic species, they are found only in particular areas, usually isolated by natural or geographical barriers. So these endemic species, they are found only in certain places. They are not found everywhere, which is secluded or which is a barrier with some other natural forces, maybe valleys or mountains. So they are growing only in certain regions. For example, Andaman teal, that is found only in Andaman. Then wild Nicobar pigeon, the pigeon that are found only in Nicobar Island region. Then Andaman wild pig, the wild pig that are found in Andaman. Then Mithun in Arunachal Pradesh, and so on. So these animals are grown only in these areas. So that is why it is called endemic species. They are belonging to that particular area. They will not be found in many other places. They will be found only in certain locations. So we need to take care of them also. Then extinct species. Another one is extinct. Extinct species. So these species which are not found after searches of known or likely areas where they may occur. A species may be extinct from the local area, region, country, continent, or the entire earth. Examples of such species are the Asiatic cheetah, pink-head duck, and so on. So this species, what happened? It is no more found on this earth. It is completely destroyed and disappeared. They are no more found. Extinct means over, completely over. So we can see some of the examples like Asiatic cheetah. Cheetah, the fastest animal, that is no more found in our country. Pink-head duck, the duck having the pink color head, that is also no more found. So all these are examples of extinct species of animals. They are destroyed because of human being activities, or maybe because of natural calamity, or maybe because of the climate, and so on. Different reasons are there behind, and mostly we can say the activities of human beings are behind in the destruction of this species, special species. So we need to take care of it. Whatever is existing may continue to survive. So let us pledge that we will do whatever possible in order to support this growth of this species. At least we can say, I will not participate, I will not be part of the destruction of this species. At least that good decision we can take. Now we said about Asiatic cheetah, which is already extinct. Let's see what happened to them. So the world's fastest land and mammal. So the Asiatic cheetah, you can underline, which is the world's fastest mammal, that is Asiatic cheetah. The cheetah is a unique and specialized member of the cat family and can move at a speed of 112 kilometers per hour. So it can run much faster than a vehicle and so on. So it can go up to 120 kilometers per hour. So that is the fastest animal that can move. And the cheetah is often mistaken for a leopard. So in appearance, the cheetah and the leopard, they are looking similar. But if you observe them very closely, you will find there are certain differences are there. Its distinguishing marks are the long teardrop-shaped lines on each side of the nose from the corner of its eyes to its mouth. So one of the way to distinguish between the cheetah and the leopard is the cheetah has got two lines starting from eyes, the corner of the eyes, and it is coming down to the mouth side. That is only cheetah is having. And prior to the 20th century, cheetahs were widely distributed throughout Africa and Asia. So before the 20th century, this cheetah was found in Asia and Africa, widely distributed. They were found almost every place in Asia and Africa. But today, the Asian cheetah is nearly extinct due to a decline of available habitat and prey. So today, in India it is no more found, and the reason why it is declined, it is because of decline of available habitat. First of all, they have no place to stay. Maybe because human beings have encroached into the forest and their habitat is lost, their place of stay is lost. That is one reason why they died away slowly. And second reason is the unavailability of prey. Prey means food. They are not getting enough food. That may be another reason why they died. Because all the other small animals they used to kill and eat, now they are no more. Maybe human beings are killing them away, or other animals are killing them away. So they are not getting enough food to survive. So due to lack of food and due to lack of shelter, they have died slowly. And the species was declared extinct in India long back in 1952. So in India it is more than 70, we can say almost 70 years ago it was declared that cheetah is no more found in India. So in India it is extinct already. But maybe in some other countries in Africa it may be found few species, but not in large number. So maybe very few species. So that is the situation that India is facing. That so one of the fastest animals in the world has been disappeared from India due to lack of food, lack of shelter. So we do not know how much human beings are involved in that. So anyway, we also will have certain share in the destruction and the disappearance of this and the fastest animal on this earth. So only that we can take care of what are the things left, other animals that are left, so that they also will not disappear from this earth and because of our activities. Now let's see what are the negative factors that cause such a fearful depletion of flora and fauna. So what are the negative factors that cause such a dangerous thing, that disappearing of flora and fauna? So if you look around, you will be able to find out how we have transformed nature into a resource obtaining directly and indirectly from the forest and wildlife. So we know human beings depend on the wildlife so much, especially we go to the forest for wood, we want bark. Bark means the skin of the tree, which are used for medicinal purpose and so on. Then leaves, some of the tree leaves are medicinal or it is used for curry and so on. Then rubber, in order to get rubber we get from the trees. Then medicines, most of the tree leaves or their roots are used for medicine. And dyes, for making color we use different parts of the trees. And for our food we collect fruits, nuts and so on from the trees. Then for fuel we use the tree for firewood. Then for fodder means animal food, we use the grass and other tree leaves for feeding the animals. Then for manure, the dry leaves we use as a manure for the soil, etc. So numerous are the usefulness of the trees that human beings are depending on them for their everyday life. So many numerous needs are there, or we can meet our needs from this forest. So it is we ourselves who have depleted our forest and wildlife. So we go to this forest to get all these things, to meet all our needs, and slowly in that process we reduce, we cut down the trees for our purpose, we use it for making medicine and other things, and we kill the animals for their skin and other purpose. So it is we ourselves who are destroying, or we ourselves are responsible for the reduction or depletion of these natural resources like flora and fauna. And the greatest damage inflicted on Indian forests was during the colonial period due to the expansion of railways, agriculture, commercial and scientific forestry and mining activities. So we know when British was ruling India, their main purpose was not developing India, but their purpose was, or their aim was, to exploit maximum the resources in India, take it out and carry it to their own country. So they were business people. They were trying to make maximum profit. For that purpose, they never cared about the environment or the ecology and so on. They maximum did in order to get maximum profit. So they continued to develop railways. Most of the time, the railway was passing through the forest. They cut down all the trees and made a railway line. Or they began to construct factories, or they began to do mining and so on. And they began to do scientific forestry. What is scientific forestry? They made the people to cut down the natural forests and made them to plant different trees, so that trees which are more useful for the British people, they made the people to plant that. That is called scientific forestry. So the natural forest that was growing up by itself, they all cut down, and other different types of trees were given to plant, and in a systematic way, not together planting but keeping certain distance. That is called scientific forestry. So all these things were done during the British period, during the colonial rule, and that was really a great harm that was done to the Indian nature or Indian ecology. So the British never cared for the nature. They were thinking, what can we do? So they made the railways so that after mining maybe the coal and other resources, they can carry it by the train. So they constructed the railway line to the place where the mining was going on. And whether it is a forest area or a cultivable land, they never cared. They never bothered. They made the railway so that they can carry the things to the town, and then from there carry to their own country. So because of all these activities, they destroyed the forest. And even after independence, agricultural expansion continues to be one of the major causes of depletion of forest resources. So in 1947, the British left, and then India became independent. So even after that independence, the depletion of the forest continued. The area of the forest is being reduced because the farming started, and the government also encouraged the people to continue cultivate more and so on, in order to provide food for the large number of people in the nation. So the forest area continued to decrease even after independence. And between 1951 and 1980, according to the Forest Survey of India, over 26,200 square kilometers of forest area was converted into agricultural land all over India. So between 1951 and 1980, that means 30 years after the independence, 26,200 square kilometers of forest area was converted into agricultural field. So that was the need the government felt. Government felt more agriculture is required than the forest, because the population is very high and there is not enough food for feeding all the people. So the government encouraged cut down the forest and convert that place into agricultural area. So it is not a small area. 26,200 square kilometers all over India. The forests were destroyed and that area was converted into agricultural land. That was a big damage done. And substantial parts of the tribal belts, especially in the northeastern and central India, have been deforested or degraded by shifting cultivation, a type of slash and burn agriculture. You know what is shifting cultivation, isn't it? People cut down the trees, the forest in that area, then they burn it, and then they cultivate there. For a few years they will cultivate there, then they will abandon it, they will go to a new place, they will cut down the trees there, and they will do the same work there. So that is called shifting cultivation. They cultivate in one place for a few years, then they shift that place from there to another place. They cultivate in another place, they abandon the first place. That is called shifting cultivation. Not continuing to cultivate in the same place, but go on changing the place or shifting the place of cultivation. So in Northeast that is very prominent or prevalent. Most of the people, especially the hill people, are doing that work of cutting and slashing or June cultivation, and that also is causing the reduction of forest areas. Every year or after 2 years or 3 years they go on cut down the forest, and so a lot of forest area is converted into cultivable land. So that also is responsible for the reduction of forest areas in our country. So we said during the colonial period a lot of forest was destroyed by the British. So can we completely blame the British people for destroying the forest? Let us find out whether they can be completely blamed or not. So some of the environmental activists say that the promotion of a few favored species in many parts of India has been carried out through the ironically termed enrichment plantation, in which a single commercially viable species was extensively planted and other species eliminated. So, the survey that was conducted in India, they say Indians had a certain tendency to categorize the trees. They say this tree is useless, or this another tree is very good, the timber is very strong, good for furniture and so on. So they categorize the trees into good and bad, and they cut away all the bad trees and they planted certain type of trees which are very good for them, very economically very useful. If you cut and sell, you get plenty of money, or if you cut, you will get a good wood for making furniture and so on. So people cut away those trees in certain areas of India, then they planted, they advocated or they promoted the plantation of only certain kind of species which are very good for their life. And for instance, for example, teak monoculture has damaged the natural forests in South India. So people in South India, they were very much interested in teak. It is very good for wood, very lasting wood, teak wood, and it's very costly as well. And so people began to plant teak trees in many places, in large areas, because they found it is useful. So they did not encourage any other species, they were only planting these teak trees. Then chirpai, another area people were planting pine tree called chirpai. Then that is usually was done in Himalaya sides, in the sides of Himalaya. All the other trees they cut away and they were protecting and planting only these chirpines. And rhododendron forest, that also is a type of tree that people encourage to plant more and more. So these are some of the examples where people disliked other trees or did not prefer other trees, but they prefer only certain type of trees which will be helpful for them. When they grow big, they can cut it down and make use of it, and they can get a lot of money and so on. So that is one reason why the natural forest is destroyed. Instead of supporting different variety of species, they were cutting down and supporting only certain type of trees. The large-scale development projects have also contributed significantly to the loss of forests. Since 1951, over 5,000 square kilometers of forest was cleared for river valley projects. Clearing of forests is like continuing with the projects like the Narmada Sagar project in Madhya Pradesh, which would inundate 40,000 hectares of forest. So there are also government doing so many project works like building dams and other activities. So one of them is the Narmada project. If this Narmada project or this Narmada dam is built, then what will happen? 40,000 hectares of forest will be inundated. Inundated means going under the water. So if you build the dam there, the water level will come up and 40,000 hectares of forest that will go under the water. So much areas of forest will go under the water and we will lose the forest. So that is some of the activities that government is taking up. That is also against the environmental. They are not trying to protect it. Then mining is another important factor behind deforestation. So government also is encouraging mining. So most of the mine fields are inside the forest. So in order to mine out the minerals, maybe the coal and other minerals, in order to mine it out, we have to dig that forest and lot of trees have to be cut down and so on. So that is affecting the forest. So one thing that is affecting is the projects that government is introducing, then the mining works that are introduced, all these are affecting the forest. Then the Buxar Tiger Reserve in West Bengal is seriously threatened by the ongoing dolomite mining. For example of mining is dolomite mining that is done in Buxar Tiger Reserve forest. So that forest is reserved for tiger. Tiger can freely move around in that forest. So it is there the government is going and doing this mining. What are they mining? They are mining dolomite. So because of this mining activity, the tiger in this West Bengal forest, that is Buxar Tiger Reserve, is threatened. It has disturbed the natural habitat of many species and blocked the migration route of several others, including the great Indian elephant. So since they have set up these mining activities there, the road is blocked for the animals. They need to move from one place to another. The road is blocked and now they are unable to go, or they are afraid to go, and so they keep on hiding in one place, and that may affect their health. For example, if it is hot in one area, they used to move to the cooler areas. Now people are there, big machines, mining machines are there, and the sound is disturbing the animals, and so they are unable to move. They continue to hide in some other place because of fear, and it may end up in their death as well. So that is another problem. Then many forests and environmentalists hold the view that the greatest degrading factors behind the depletion of forest resources are grazing and fuel wood collection. Though there may be some substance in their argument, yet the fact remains that the substantial part of the fuel fodder demand is met by lopping rather than by felling entire trees. So what do the people do? They need fuel and they need fodder, their animal food. So how do they get it? They cut down the tree and they try to make it firewood, and they try to get the leaves for animal food and so on. Then the forest ecosystems are repositories of some of the country's most valuable forest products. So the forest ecosystems are repositories. Repositories means storerooms, you can say. So they are stored in the forest, some of the ecosystems, and they are found in the forest products and minerals and other resources that meet the demands of the rapidly expanding industrial urban economy. So the Indian economy, which is developing faster and faster, they need more and more minerals in order to produce more things. So all these things, where are they stored? They are stored in the forest. So they have to go and destroy the forest in order to take out these minerals that are there. So that is one of the dangerous things. Government does not want to abandon it there in the forest. These very rich and very valuable minerals. They want to take it out by all means. And in that process, the forest is being destroyed. And these protected areas thus mean different things to different people, and therein lies the fertile ground for conflicts. So the forest, for the people, it is, especially for the people who are living there nearby forest, for them it is their livelihood. For them, they know that these trees are protecting their life. They go and collect the dry wood from the forest as a firewood. They go and collect fruits and nuts from the tree. So their daily life is depending on these trees. So if government come and cut down these trees, then their life is threatened. And from the part of the government, if you look, we know government is depending on this forest for the minerals in order to develop the country. And other people, maybe farmers, if you look, they are depending on this land to cut down the tree and plant their cultivation, their agricultural products. So for different people, forests mean different things. So we need to make everyone understand that these forests are meant for every person. We should not just look for our personal benefit or for our selfish good and make others to suffer. That should not take place. We need to take care of this forest for the greater good of everyone, for the better benefit of everyone. Now let us see about an animal called Himalayan ewe. This is an animal and they are in trouble. Let's see how they are in trouble. Himalayan ewe, it is read as ewe, not ewe. It is ewe. The Himalayan ewe is a medicinal plant found in various parts of the Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. So this Himalayan ewe is not an animal, it is a plant. It is a plant that is found in Himachal Pradesh as well as Arunachal Pradesh. So it is found in the areas of Himalaya. A chemical compound called taxol is extracted from the bark, needles, twigs and roots of this tree, and it has been successfully used to treat some cancers. The drug is now the biggest selling anti-cancer drug in the world. So what is the importance of this tree is, this tree has got special medicinal values, especially for treating cancer sicknesses. So the medicine that is coming out, extracted from the bark of this tree, from the skin of this tree, or from the needles, that is the leaves of this tree, and from the twigs, from the branches, all that, and also from the root. So this medicine has got very high value because a lot of cancer patients are there all over the world, and the medicine that is extracted from this ewe, Himalayan ewe, is the best medicine for treating the cancer sickness. Therefore it has got very high value, and so people are cutting down this tree in order to extract this medicine and make profit from that. So slowly this ewe is in trouble. The number of trees are becoming less and less, and the species is under great threat due to over-exploitation. And in the last 1 decade, thousands of yew trees have dried up in various parts of Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. So this tree, they go and cut down the roots, they take out the bark, they cut out the branches and the leaves, everything. So slowly the trees are drying up. You know, if you take out the roots of the tree will die away. Or if you take out the bark of the tree will die away slowly. So last few years in Arunachal Pradesh as well as in Himachal Pradesh, we find lot of Himalayan yew trees are dried up because of over exploitation. people are making use of it maximum, and people are taking it out for their purpose of extracting medicine and so on. So that is causing a lot of trouble for this tree. These trees are slowly dying out. So what we need is, we need to be extra careful in order to protect these trees, because it is of high value. So if we are using this tree, we should have that commitment to plant more trees. We need more, not simply going on cutting down or destroying what is existing, but we also should take extra initiative to plant more trees, the youth trees, so that we can take the medicine, because medicine also is required. So we should take that initiative to plant more trees, and then should make it available more trees. Otherwise, just going on only cutting what is already existing, and after a few years there will be no more trees, and the people will continue to suffer from cancer sickness. So these are some of the things that we need to take care of it. We are not aware about how important they can be, but we go on using it again and again, and at the end we suffer. So for today we shall wind it up, and in the next class we will continue with the need to protect the wildlife and the wild species, the plant species, flora and fauna, and we will realize how much the people are in danger when we go on destroying, or when we go on overusing it, and our own life is threatened. Our life becomes harder and harder because the environment is getting polluted. The other species on whom we depend, they are no more existing, and therefore our life becomes harder and harder. So it is the responsibility of every being living on this earth to protect the environment, protect the flora and fauna, so that our own life will be able to last a little more longer, and we'll be able to preserve this earth for the future generations as well. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.